Good morning. Yesterday we gave a general introduction to the concept of the Yamim Tovim, which we'll be studying over the next few weeks. And one point which I didn't mention, which is important, is that aside from these days being called Yamim Tovim or in the Torah Hagim, they are also called Moadim. Ele Moadei Adonai Mikrai Kodesh. Shetikrotam Moadam. These are a Moed. The word Moed comes from the word to meet. An Ohel Moed is the tent of meeting where the Mishkan was. It's a time of meeting between us and Kadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat is our regular meeting every week, but there are times that we need to invigorate that with special times throughout the year. And the difference between the Shabbat and the Chagim meetings is that the Chagim meetings were brought about by us. The Gemara asks, in Tefillah we say, Baruch Atah Hashem Mekadesh Yisrael v'azemanim. There's a principle with all barachot, you only say a beracha on one thing. You don't mix in different things. And yet, we say Mekadesh Yisrael v'hazemanim. So the Gemara asks, how can it be that we're concluding a blessing with two different things, sanctifying Israel and sanctifying the festivals? And the Gemara says, no, it's all one thing, because Kadosh Baruch Hu is Mekadesh Israel, he sanctifies us, and we, Israel, sanctify the Zemanim. The major difference between the Shabbat and the Chagim is that Shabbat is a time of meeting, it's a time of reflection of Kadosh Baruch Hu, which Hashem has sanctified, Hashem has made. Whereas for us, it's the time where we set up the meeting, we put it in the diary, we are the ones who create the Moed, and this was done through, in the olden days, with the Sanhedrin, the Bet Din, deciding when the month was, and thus deciding when the Chag was, when it would fall. And nowadays, with our fixed calendar, the same thing. So this is an important aspect, the aspect of it's a Moed. These are Moadim, which means these are times which are designated as a meeting between us and Hashem. And there are different aspects of the Chagim, and one aspect is the aspect of Torah. So the Gemara brings a debate between the Tanaim, Rabbi Yoshua and Rabbi Eliezer. Because on the one hand, it says in the Torah about the Moadim, Atzeret tiyeh lachem. This will be a time to stop work for yourselves. In another place it says Atzeret l'Hashem Elokecha. This is a time to stop work for Hashem. So is it for Hashem? Are the Moadim, are the festivals for Hashem, or are they for us? And the Gemara gives two opinions. Rabbi Yoshua said the way to reconcile these two verses is that really the Torah is telling us is that half of the day is for Hashem and half of the day is for us. That means we spend half the day engaged with things of tefillah, of Torah, and the other half of the day we spend in ourselves, with, eating, drinking, having a good time, and so on and so forth. Whereas Eliezer said, you get to choose. You can choose. It's each person's own decision whether they want to spend the whole day with Hashem or the whole day for themselves, but it's either one fulfills the mitzvah. In the Rambam and the Shulchan Aruch, it's clear in the Rishonim that the halakha follows the former opinion, Rabbi Yoshua, that we have half the day for Hashem and half the day for ourselves. And this is how the Rambam puts it beautifully. He says we wake up in the morning, we go to pray, we study until midday, and then from midday for the rest of the day till the evening, we eat and we drink, we go out, enjoy ourselves, and so on and so forth. Like this, Hetzio Hashem and Hetzio Lachem, half of us for ourselves and half of us for Hashem. Now, obviously, this is not, although there were such opinions, it's not exact. You have to designate half exactly. The idea being is that these are days where we need to, on the one hand, enjoy ourselves. It's a Chag, it's a festival, it's a Yom Tov, it's a time we spend with our families, with our loved ones, and we have a good time and enjoy ourselves with good food and drink and all kinds of entertainment, which is appropriate. And then at the same time, it's also a time where we need to think about HaKadosh Baruch Hu and think about our relationship, our meeting with Him, and we develop that aspect. And so the Torah and Tefillah all counts. And it's clear in the Rambam that the Tefillah counts towards the Chetzio, the half of to Hashem, that also counts as part of it. I'll just add in parentheses that one of the Haronim, the Maharshal, the Yamshel Shlomo, Rabbi Shlomo Luria, he wrote that yes, it's true, the Rambam says that Tefillah counts towards the half of Hashem, but he says in the places where the Hazan spends ages drawing out the Tefillah, that you can't add towards the half to Hashem. Okay, just the point is that Tefillah is part of it, Torah is part of it, everything which is spiritual is part of it, but obviously within reason. And of course, don't forget what the Gemara tells us, a major aspect of the Chag is the element of Torah, and this, of course, is when, this is why there's drashot in the synagogue on the Chag, on the Chol HaMoed, and so on and so forth. This is a major aspect of the Chag that we dedicate part of it towards Torah. So in conclusion, the uniqueness of our Yamim Tovim is the fact that they are Moadim, they are meeting times which we put in the diary, which we designate. But at the same time, there is an element of us enjoying ourselves, half to Hashem, half for ourselves, and each person needs to ensure that they make the correct balance between, on the one hand, not neglecting their family, not neglecting themselves and looking after themselves, but at the same time, ensuring that they don't neglect the Kadosh Baruch Hu, don't neglect the Torah which is given us, and to use the extra time which we're off work to engage with our spiritual identity. Have a lovely